If you need any Xbox or PlayStation codes or any cheap PC games, use the referral link in the description. It will take you over to g2a.com. They already have a discount on most of their goods, and if you use the code CHES at checkout, you can get yourself an extra 3% off as well. Hey guys, how's it going? Ches back again and welcome to episode number 2 of the Chelsea career mode here on FIFA 16. The first episode went up as I record this about 5 hours ago, and you guys have destroyed the like button on that. We're already well over 2,500 likes as I record this, on the way to the 3,000 target that I set you. So can we break that again today? Hit the like button if you enjoyed today's episode, and maybe we could hit 3k likes again. You guys really enjoyed the first episode, and I can't thank you enough for the support. The My Player video that went up last night, as I record this commentary, hasn't gone up yet. So if you missed last night's My Player, then definitely check the channel page for it. We're starting here the Invitational tournament, the Invitational pre-season tournament that we're taking part in, to hopefully raise a little bit extra transfer income and also give me a little bit of experience on the game at world-class level. I've seen a few people complaining on Twitter, and a few people have also responded to my tweets saying that they too are really struggling on world-class. So I wanted to see how we got on in this particular pre-season tournament to decide whether we stay on world-class or whether we drop down to professional, which, as far as I can make out, professional on 16 feels like world-class on 15, and world-class on 16 feels like legendary, maybe even slightly more difficult than legendary on FIFA 15. They may tweak it with a patch on the day of full release, and I believe they are planning on doing so, but we'll have to wait and see how it goes. But between now and then, obviously, we will have to react accordingly to how difficult or easy, whichever difficulty setting we're on, appears to be. But as you can see, we are dominant so far in this game against Suwon Blue Wings, as you may expect, of course, but still, what I'm struggling with right now is actually scoring goals. I'm having chances, I'm just not quite as effective as getting the ball into the back of the net. You can see their goalkeeper pulling off save after save after save here as well. I made changes in the game as well. You can see Bertrand Traore has come on for Pedro, and Ramirez has come on for Cesc Fabregas. Obviously, with the unlimited transfers you can now make in pre-season, gives me a great opportunity to test the squad and give everybody a chance on the pitch to see who's the best players in my squad, who can make impacts coming off the bench, who's, you know, the best player to start in each particular position. Because I've noticed playing with Cesc Fabregas at cam after making a couple of changes in the latter games, that some players, whilst I like to play with Cesc Fabregas as a holding midfielder to have that deep lying playmaker, I'm finding that I need the creativity further up the pitch right now, because teams, I don't know whether it's just because I'm playing as Chelsea, and obviously because of the reputation Chelsea have as being such a good attacking team, opposition teams are playing defensively against me, and I'm finding it really difficult to break down opposition teams. They're kind of encamping on the edge of their box with, you know, a bank of 4 and then another bank of 4, maybe even 5, and I'm actually really struggling to break teams down right now. As you saw in that game against Suwon, we had chances, I just couldn't quite find a way past their goalkeeper. We are having interest in Diego Costa, though, in this pre-season. Obviously, we have said, or I said in yesterday's video, that I wanted to make sure that we made the right decision as to whether we bring in some more marquee signings or whether we focus more on youth. And judging by the response in the comment section of the previous episode, you kind of want a balance of both. There are a lot of promising youngsters at the club, notably some of the best youngsters that we have at the club are currently out on loan. So I'm tempted to perhaps recall 1 or 2 of them to give me the opportunity to play them in more pre-season games or at the beginning of the year and help them grow, rather than going out right now buying replacements for them and then having the situation next season where I've just got too many players. So what I think I might do is recall a couple of players, most notably players like Thomas Callas. I'm tempted even to recall Juan Cuadrado as well. We'll have to wait and see. You guys will have to let me know in the comment section what you think about potentially recalling the Colombian from Juventus. I know he's only just gone out on loan to Juve, but I could probably do with a wide player, or at least depth in that wide spot, and rather than bring someone else in that isn't necessarily up to snuff. We already know Juan Cuadrado is a quality player, and on FIFA he'll definitely do better for me at Chelsea than he has done in real life. Unfortunately though, we are 1-0 down now at home at home. It's an invitational tournament. What am I even talking about? And we're not even in the home dressing room. We're 1-0 down against Inter Milan here in this pre-season game, but we're about to go back on level terms thanks to Loic Remy. Really, really strong header from him. Very impressed with that header from Remy. I'll show you a couple of replays. They were very lucky with the way that they got their goal to go in front in the first place. It was a brilliant reaction save from Courtois. It was just unfortunate that he deflected it straight towards a waiting Inter Milan striker. So we were able to get ourselves back on level terms there thanks to a very good header from Remy. And Bertrand Traoré made a very big impact coming off the bench. Remy also having an impact off the bench as well, because he's going to score a second to give us a 2-1 lead with 5 minutes to go. Unbelievable scenes as Remy comes off the bench to score a brace. Traoré as well getting the assist. Traoré is very impressive so far in this pre-season. I have to say, Jovetic Soares' shot blocked there by Willian. We're kind of encamping ourselves on the edge of the box here. I'm still getting used to the physics though when it comes to making turns in the midfield. You can see I got caught with Ramirez there, and we get really unlucky again at the fact that the save is deflected straight to a waiting striker. This time it's Mauro Icardi that slots home after we fought so valiantly to get ourselves back in the game and in front, in fact, after 2 goals in 8 minutes from Loic Remy. 2 rebound goals give Inter Milan a point in that game in this particular pre-season competition. So we have 2 points from the opening 2 games, and I'm starting a few different players in this one, or players in different positions. Like I say, I've got Cesc Fabregas at cam in this one, and as you can see, we're playing Borussia Dortmund. They've lost to Inter and drew with Suwon Blue Wings. So we currently sit second in the group, and I was comfortable that so long as we got a draw here against Borussia Dortmund, at least, we'd be through to the semi-finals of this particular pre-season pre-season invitational tournament. Tripping over my words like mad today, and obviously, that will be the main game plan, because I really didn't see Suwon Blue Wings getting a result against Inter Milan. So, especially after the way Milan played against me, they did actually play very well indeed. And I was perhaps a little bit lucky to have the goals come in the way that they did, as they were still trying to push to get themselves the goal to go in front when I caught them with the goal that eventually put us in front with the ball over the top to Remy rushing in behind, because their defence had stepped. There's one thing, like I mentioned earlier on, teams seem to be encamping on the edge of their box, or even if they're not encamping, they're still playing slightly defensive, and that is the main area where I'm struggling right now, is just to break teams down. You can see how many defenders are in the box here. This is Borussia Dortmund. It's not as if we're playing a lowly team that's like a league below us in any respective division, or a side that you wouldn't expect to be a challenge for us, and they're still playing like 9 men in the box at 0-0. It's ridiculously hard right now to try and create chances. We are having a few chances from set pieces. We had a couple from free kicks, and that one there from a corner. We've had another chance in the game against Suwon from a corner that was ridiculously well saved by the Korean goalkeeper. But as you can see, Ruben Loftus-Cheek is on as a substitute in this second half. And like I said, you guys want me to try and concentrate on the youth rather than just bringing in loads of marquee signings. Actually concentrate on the youth that are already at the club, which is something that Chelsea have been criticised for in real life over the past few years. So maybe we can put that right. Obviously, we expected to go through with that draw against Borussia Dortmund, but as it turned out, Suwon Blue Wings beat Inter Milan by 2-1. I was blown away. So we haven't lost a game yet. We've drawn 0-0 twice and drawn 2-2, but we're out of the pre-season invitational because Suwon Blue Wings beat Inter Milan. I was devastated. I really wanted to go all the way in that invitational cup. We got a message from the board, as you can see there, saying, unfortunate circumstances, etc., but they're not going to hold it against me. The next game is against Arsenal in the Community Shield. However, that is still a while away, almost a full month. As you can see, we're on the 13th of July here, and it's not until the 3rd of August. So there's a lot of transfer business that could potentially be done between now and the Arsenal game. I will leave the difficulty setting as it is right now for that Arsenal game, but because obviously we've not necessarily struggled in pre-season so far here, we've just not necessarily excelled, but perhaps that's because I'm yet to figure out a way to break teams down, and hopefully just through practice on world class I will eventually get better, and fingers crossed we'll be able to stay on world class. Obviously if it's having too much of an effect on the outcome of results, then I will drop it down. But one thing that you guys mentioned to me in the comment section as well prior to or actually after I'd recorded this, unfortunately, was to actually, rather than simulate those training sessions, play them myself, because you stand a better chance of getting a higher rating and obviously better chance of getting a higher rate of growth in whichever players you select. So what I'm going to do from here on out is play those mini games myself. I won't necessarily show you them. Perhaps I'll just show you the overall results from each individual session and the overall results from the week's training as a whole. And I'm solely going to concentrate on the young players at the club. Those that had that little arrow, like you can see there on the squad report, had like a little green semi or like half triangle underneath it. That's there. I'm going to concentrate on those players, the ones that have the promising youngster tag to them. And you'll have to let me know in the comment section what you think about potentially recalling a couple of players. I am definitely going to go out and buy a new wing back, whether that be right or left back. I'm not yet sure. Thank you for your suggestions in the comment section, by the way, of the previous episode as to who to go out and potentially try and buy. I won't be going for Danny Carvajal, as I used him last year at Chelsea, and I won't be going for Ricardo Rodriguez, as A, I used him at Chelsea last year, and B, we're also starting a Wolfsburg career mode later on tonight. So I'm going to be using him in that series as well. So I'll avoid those two. But other than that, definitely hit me up with suggestions for a top quality right back or left back that I could use in my first team in the comment section of this video. I am tempted to go out and buy another holding midfielder. Pogba was definitely mentioned numerous times in the comment section of the previous video, but I'm unsure, because we've got players like Ruben Loftus-Cheek that could grow into that sort of role. However, I could perhaps still grow Ruben Loftus-Cheek, bring Pogba in, and then perhaps move out someone like John Obi Mikel, because he seemed to be a popular departure option by you guys in the comments. But that's going to bring this episode to a close, guys. Hit me up with all the feedback in the comment section down below again. Obviously, the next episode of this series will come on Monday. If you don't know what and when I upload, check the description down below. There's a schedule there that lets you know exactly what goes up and when it goes up. There'll be a video later on tonight at 8 PM from the Wolfsburg career mode, episode number 1 of that. There was an episode yesterday of the My Player that went up at 8 PM, so definitely check that out. I'm planning on streaming career mode tonight as I record this, which is last night as you see this. So if you want to see that stream continue tonight, then definitely head over to Twitch, links in the description, and follow me over there. And you can see on screen the usernames for all of my social media, my Instagram, my Facebook, and my Twitter. All links to those will be in the description down below as well. But for now, thank you very much for watching. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed, of course. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time.